Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our next 3 videos are being recorded in one go, and it is
too warm.
so hot upstairs, so we're down here, outside of the usual place, trying
We
to cool
almost
off.
hit 3 digits outside.
So first up today, we are reviewing One Screen Hero.
I get where the one-screen part comes from, not necessarily the hero.
It's an interesting little Flash game. You have one screen, you've got a time limit to run around the screen, avoid hazards, fight some monsters, get to the exit panel, and then you're kicked to another screen. On each screen, sometimes there will be chests you can open with keys, there will be the keys to open chests, you can upgrade your character. It's really simple.
And even then, it took me I'm actually ashamed to admit how long it took me to figure out that some of the chests you didn't need a key for. I thought the lowest was bronze because there was no visual dissimilarity between bronze and wood.
I'm not sure if it being so simple would be a good thing or a bad thing, though. And that's why I hesitate trying to give an opinion on it. It knew what it set out to do. It was interesting, but it was really repetitive, and then nothing really changed, so it didn't hold my interest for very long.
The only time I remember losing, other than just combat being terrible, unless you get a bunch of upgrades for sword and range and stuff, was the ones where, oh, you had to know not to take that route because it'll kill you when the exit eventually shows up.
There were a couple spike puzzles that I felt were really unfair. I can't tell if the game was randomly generated or if I was to replay it a bunch of times, that it would eventually, I would start recognizing repeating levels. And either way, that's a problem, because if it's randomly generated, you can end up with a level that you can't properly accomplish. And if it's pre-generated levels that are going to repeat over and over, then it doesn't have a ton of replayability.
Unless you want to have, I don't know, a speedrun challenge of can you complete all of the levels. That's the other thing, I don't really know if there's an end, because we didn't get that far, presumably. Or if it just keeps going faster until you die.
I wouldn't even begin to hazard a guess. So, I don't know what can be really accomplished. It's hard to say don't try it out, because it was enjoyable for a little bit, and it's got something going on, but... And it is free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what can you expect from free? With that said, though, there's so many other Flash games with so much more going on.
I felt a couple of the, hack/crawl elements that I kind of enjoy, but not enough to really draw me in on that. I like some of the upgrading elements that I kind of enjoy, but not really enough to draw me in. That was kind of my main impression, was it had a lot of things where I'm like, hey, this could be interesting. Oh, wait, no, that's all there is. I could say it'd be worth trying out.
Yeah.
Because it is very similar from what I've seen of Binding of Isaac. It's a simpler version of that. I have seen people play that for hours on end.
But that's because there's so much depth and complexity going on in Binding of Isaac. There's no depth here.
As far as I could tell, it was a dude running around shooting in a circle and then dying repeatedly. I never said they were good at it. I said they played it for hours on end.
Well, if you like Binding of Isaac, then maybe go
Or you're
for
broke
it.
and want to play something that you can pretend is Binding of Isaac.
Overall, though, I think there are better Flash games. We've reviewed better Flash games, but we've also reviewed worse. So we'll see you all as soon as I finish the editing with the next video.
Which one's the next video?
The elevator went up.
The elevator went down.
See you in a fortnight.